right, 21 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Anthony James is on the phone, and he's in Ocala somewhere. He's not in North or South Dakota. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would be happy in the Dakotas, but I thought he was moving there, Robin. He faked me out on Facebook. Anthony is our travel expert. Let me start there, and the general manager of Homewood Suites by Hilton Ocala at Heathrow. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning. Yeah. I'm here in Ocala.
Yeah, you really had me tricked.
Can I ask a question? Because there's a listener in the lobby, and he wants to know about the place that you're talking about that costs $3 to see with candy canes and everything.
Oh, okay. Here's the list.
Okay.
$3 to see candy canes. Where's that?
that's only
$3.
$3 per child. Is that the one?
I don't know.
Is that here? Let me just give you the whole thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Robin.
Isn't there something in Denellen too? I think, which like you can walk through the lights for like $1 or something.
I don't know how much it costs, but yeah, they've got something in Denellen. They've got something in Lake Weir. They've got the Parade of Boats. I think we covered all the ones locally, but there are some houses, just individual private houses that end up on the map too. I don't have that map yet, but every year there's a map that they put on the internet. So
yes, and I can't wait till next week for Christmas parade. Cannot wait.
Are you going to be with us, part of it?
Yes,
anyway?
I will be with you all. Yes, absolutely.
Is Homewood Suites in the parade?
No. I'm just going to be with you all.
Okay.
Yeah, but we would love to be.
Yeah. See, this is the interesting thing is we all gather at a funeral home. Isn't that interesting?
It is. I guess they wanted somebody I guess they needed us to kind of bring things to life.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
That came up.
I always look at it as, I wonder if I'll meet these same people if I'm actually in a box in that room. I wonder if the same people will be here that day.
Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, you'll come
back. You never know.
Will you touch my hand? If I'm dead and I'm in that box, will you touch my hand?
I will, just to let you know I'm there and it'll be okay.
I don't ever touch the hand. It creeps me out. I don't ever touch the hand.
Oh, my goodness. You're absolutely right, though.
Wait, don't go. I don't know why I went there. So, good morning, Anthony. How are you?
Good morning. I am well. I am good. I'm happy. It's the season. I'm happy. I'm just happy.
Are any travel plans for the Christmas season? I think I asked you this last week.
Yes. No, we're going to actually spend our second Christmas here in Ocala since we've lived here. This will be our second one here. But I am going to take 2 days just to go to Virginia, say hello to everyone, get my gifts and leave.
Do you know, earlier we had in the studio, we had the higher education happenings. So these are the the what do you call those, colleges in the community. And one of the guys on the panel just got back from the Holy Land on his trip. The other guy just got back from Paris and Turkey.
Yeah.
I said, oh, my gosh, everybody's traveling everywhere. And so, I don't know. I think they're getting inspired by you.
Well, I hope so, and I'm glad. Traveling, it's not that hard anymore. The industry as a whole, I say the service industry, hotels, hotel industry, the car rental industry, the flight industry, they've all kind of pitched in together and says, you know what, let's make it easier for people to travel. That's why you can go to an Expedia and book a flight, your room, and your car at the same time, all for one package, because it's the time. Traveling is so much easier now, and the price of it has become so much a lot more affordable for all different classes of people.
Are the incentives worth it? Like if they say get travel miles or a free teddy bear or anything at all, are those things worth it?
They are worth it. Just using Hilton as an example, Hilton Honors. Okay, every time you stay, even if you stay for work or whatnot, every time you go to a hotel, you pick that type that's in that brand, and you sign up for points. And then all of a sudden, one day you have enough for a free night, or you have what's called points and money. So let's just say I want to go to Orlando, and I don't have enough points, okay? But let's just say the rooms are $179. Well, there might be some hotels that says, okay, if you pay, you can use 12,000 points plus $50, and you can have that room.
Oh, wow.
So you're figuring you're going to use the points that you don't have enough to get. Usually, sometimes when you go to hotels, it takes at least about 30,000 points to get a free room. But let's say if you only have 15,000 points, well, you can use 12,000 points and $50. Well, you want to go pay $50 for that room. So, and this like that is a lot. I mean, a lot of things that we do. It's so much easier now to acquire points and miles for things.
So at Homewood Suites, for example, if I stayed there, I'm hooked into, or do I have to sign up for something so that I'm hooked into some kind of a club or something?
Well, like Hilton. If you stay with the Hilton brands, if you stay at like Hamptons or Homewoods or Embassy Suites or DoubleTrees, if you stay at any of those, you going to get points for each time you stay there. All the time, you're always going to get points for staying there.
Automatically, or do you have to sign up for something?
Well, you have to sign up.
Okay.
And that goes for Marriott too, and Holiday Inns, which is their brands as well. If you become a loyal customer, and what that means is that you only stay at those places, then you could continue to add points to get free rooms. Just like your airline. If you fly the same airline, then you keep on getting points. That's why if you find these $49 flights, from a certain airline, you can go ahead and do those.
Right, yeah, and they started the flights this week to Cuba. It was just coincidentally the same time frame as when Castro died, but I'm guessing we're going to see that's going to open up a lot, I think, as far as people in Florida, especially if they have Cuban, they can trace their roots to Cuba.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, have you ever wanted to go there?
I do. I have some people that are from Cuba, and they actually work here. And they go there all the time, and they tell me just how beautiful it is. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I went to Street View. I guess Castro didn't allow Street View.
No, not at all.
but if you go to the Google Earth, whatever it's called, they got the little blue dots where individuals posted photographs. So it's kind of, you can see sort of kind of what it looks like there.
Exactly.
I guess the beaches are the big draw. As far, I don't know what else is the big draw except for cigar. What else? Cigars and
cigars.
Cigars and beach. That's it.
Cigars are a male thing, aren't they? Women don't smoke cigars, do they?
Yeah. Well, no, you do have some women that do that. Absolutely.
Maybe in the tourist side, the higher end part, maybe they have those Latin dances and clubs you go to, probably.
Just say lap dance?
Yep. Absolutely.
Those two, they probably have those too.
Absolutely.
Oh, Latin. Oh, I thought.
Yes.
Oh, you said Latin.
No, Latin.
I thought she said lap.
No, Latin. Latin. 2 syllables, I said. They probably have lap dances there too.
What about in Lapland? What kind of dances do they have in Lapland?
You don't want to ask.
But we do want to know. We don't want to ask, but we do want to know.
That's right. We do want to know. Oh my gosh, it was so quick today.
It was.
Anthony, so okay, I'm going to stay at Homewood Suites, or I'm going to have my family stay there so they have a nice place while they're visiting me, right?
Absolutely. They're going to have a nice place. They're going to have a buffet breakfast every morning. We have these, make your own waffles. We have whipped cream and different syrups and all these different types of things. And, every day, and Monday through Thursday, we serve a complimentary dinner, and we also serve free beer and wine.
Wow. Robin,
yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
That's enough right there.
There you go. You bet. I'm there.
What else? All right, we're going to see you next week, or are you going to be in the Dakotas?
I will not be in South Dakota, but I will be in the studio next week.
In fact, knowing that you're from the D.C. area,
yes,
I'm actually surprised that you're okay in Little Ocala. But the truth is, you would have been way out of a fish out of your own pond in the Dakotas.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's an adjustment. I'm gonna tell you, being here in Ocala is definitely an adjustment, but. I love this place, and I love the people here. And a lot of people, I don't get the same food, and you don't have the same cultures as up there. But Marion County people, there's a love here, and like I said, it's just different from anywhere else.
Well, plus you've made a name for yourself. So guys, you've established your roots. You're really deep now. I mean,
exactly
just a matter of time before we call you commissioner or something.
That's right. You'll win next time.
It's just a matter of time.
Absolutely.
All right,
absolutely.
Anthony, we miss you in the studio. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Miss you all too. See you all next week.
All right, we'll be right back. Here are today's headlines from The Source. WOCA state regulators approved an $811 million rate increase for customers of Florida Power and Light yesterday, a decision blasted by critics as unnecessary, short-sighted, and environmentally unfriendly. The additional revenue will fund construction of a technologically advanced natural gas-burning power plant. The package approved yesterday encourages but does not require FPL to expand its solar generating capacity. The company recently spent more than $8 million on an unsuccessful campaign to convince voters to approve Amendment 1, which environmentalists derided as a misleading attempt to limit solar generation. The reduced rate increase, combined with FPL's outsized influence in Tallahassee, barred from engaging in ex parte communications with PSC commissioners, utility executives nonetheless frequently socialize with commissioners at industry conferences, likely spurred the package's passage, consumer advocates say. As a result of yesterday's vote, FPL customers using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month will see their base rate rise by $5 in January. That rate will climb an additional $4.48 over the next 4 years. In Florida's capital city, the FCC visited the PSC. Federal Communications Commissioner Mignon Clyburn came to Florida to brief the Public Service Commission on regulatory issues like cyberbullying, net neutrality, and the lack of broadband service. Clyburn says many low-income areas don't get high-speed internet, saying, quote, 18% of consumers live in poverty. She went on to say, sadly, the areas often have worse broadband experiences when compared to their urban and more affluent neighbors, unquote. Clyburn says they're working to change that to level the playing field, but the commission itself is facing changes. When Donald Trump is sworn in, he gets to appoint a new chairman, and Republicans have a chance to take over the FCC. Police in New York City are looking for a quick-thinking thief who stole an 86-pound bucket of gold flakes worth nearly $1.6 million off an armored truck in Manhattan. The unidentified thief swiped the 5-gallon metal bucket off the back of the vehicle on September 29th when a guard briefly went to the truck's cab to reportedly retrieve his cell phone. The incident occurred in broad daylight on West 48th Street in New York City's Midtown section. Police say the suspect likely didn't know what the bucket contained. Police say the thief lugged the gold flakes up the street, taking an hour to complete what would normally be considered a 10-minute walk. He then hopped into a white van and fled. The suspect is believed to be hiding out here in Florida. Major attractions featuring Nintendo's most famous characters in games are coming to Universal Orlando. Yesterday, Universal Parks and Resorts expounded on a partnership announced about a year and a half ago, and it's being touted as a historic collaboration with Nintendo. According to the theme park's official blog, Nintendo-themed areas are coming to Universal Orlando Resort, Universal Studios Japan, and Universal Studios Hollywood. The themed areas will have multiple attractions, shops, and restaurants. Planning and creative work on these areas is well underway. They will open separately over the next several years. Each Universal theme park will announce details of its specific Nintendo areas. There is no set date as to when Orlando's will make an announcement. Finally, don't forget that 1 week from Saturday on December 10th, the Ocala Christmas Parade will march through downtown Ocala thanks to the Friends of the Ocala Christmas Parade. The parade begins at 5:30 p.m. and this year's theme is Star-Spangled Christmas. And this year's parade marshal will be Marion County Sheriff Emery A. Gainey, who took over the Marion County Sheriff's office when former Sheriff Chris Blair stepped down from the position earlier this year. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. On this Wednesday, times of sun and clouds and quite warm, high 82 to 86. Partly cloudy and mild Wednesday night, low 63 to 67. For Thursday, more clouds and sun, temperatures ranging from the mid-70s in the northern part of the zone to the mid-80s in the south. And for Friday, clouds and sun and not as warm, high 69 to 74. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or